right, in problem 30 on 7.7, we are asked to write the equation of a parabola that has this vertex of -1, -10, and it has x-intercepts of -6 and 4. And they want us to put it in standard form. And standard form is y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. Well, given the information they've given me, I can't really go directly there. So I have to think, do I know something else I could use? I've got a vertex. Oh yeah, there is vertex form of this parabola. So there's different forms. So we're going to use the vertex form, and then we'll switch it over into standard form later. Vertex form is y minus k, the different books write it different ways, a times x minus h squared. Okay? So if I want to try to get this equation written, I do know something. I know an h and a k, my vertex. H is -1 and k is -10, so let's plug that in. Y minus k is -10 is equal to a, x minus h is -1, but that's all squared, okay? So what I have now is y plus 10 is equal to a, x plus 1 squared, just from plugging that in. Now, if you look at what I've got right now, I need to know what a is. If I knew what a is, I'd have at least the equation written in vertex form. But I don't know what a is. And I have too many things missing to find it out. I have a, I have a x, I have a y. Is there something I could plug in for maybe the x and the y? Yes, actually I have two choices. I have my x-intercepts given. Now these are really points. X is -6, y is 0, and the other one will be x is 4, y is 0. Now I'm going to choose the second point because it's positive. I'm going to say just temporarily I'm going to plug in x is 4 and y is 0. That's a solution to the equation, so I can stick it in there and it'll work. Okay, so I get 0 plus 10 is equal to a times x is 4. I meant to write that in orange to show that I plugged it in. 4 plus 1 squared. Okay, so we get 10 is equal to a times 5 squared, which is 25a. 10 is equal to 25a. And if I want to find out what a is, I could divide both sides by 25 to get a by itself. And it is 10 over 25. And let's go ahead and reduce that over to the side of it. 5 goes into 10 twice, and it goes into 25 5 times. So if I go plug this in, I have y plus 10 is equal to 2/5 is a. That's what we just found over here. So plug it in. X plus 1 squared. Now that would be the equation in vertex form, but I need to change it into standard form. All right, in order to do that, all I have to do is solve for y. And in order to solve for y, all I really got to do is move 10 to the other side, but it's going to look kind of ugly because I really need to just have it in the form y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. So that means I'm going to have to simplify that whole right-hand side. I'm going to wait to move the 10 until I get that done because see, I've got this 2/5 out in front of this. Now x plus 1 squared would be x plus 1 times x plus 1. So we would have that's 2/5 times, if you multiply that out, you get x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, I'm just going to, you see that x and x is x squared. 1 times 1 is 1, and there would be a 1x and another 1x to give you the 2x. Okay, so now let's distribute that 2/5. That's going to be 2/5 x squared plus 2/5 times 2 would be 4/5 x plus 2/5 times 1 is 2/5. Now I need to move the 10 to the other side, and I'll subtract it and combine it with that constant term over there. And I'll get y equal 2/5 x squared plus 4/5 x, and then 2/5 minus 10. Now let me come off to the side here. If I have 2/5 minus 10, if I want to get a common denominator, I would need to multiply the 10 by 5 over 5, and that would give me 2 over 5 minus 50 over 5, and that's going to be negative 48 over 5. So that's, I just went off to the side to do this little piece of math here. So this would be our answer for number 30. It's not very pretty, but it's the answer. You would do number 29 the same way. We will probably do that one in class anyway. Probably will do this one as well. But I wanted one on a video in case you just needed to hear it a little slower at home to help you study for the test, because there is one like this on the test.